The Quick Access Toolbar is in the upper left-hand corner, as you recall. It's called that because you can quickly access any command on it in a single click, as opposed to the commands on the ribbon where you have to bounce around from one tab to the next. So instead of doing that, I can choose my most favorite commands, add them to the Quick Access Toolbar, and I can just access them in a single click. Right now we've got 3 commands by default. When you hover over them, you can see the pop-up. It's the save, then the undo, which we cannot undo because we haven't done anything to undo, and then you've got the redo. Now to customize the Quick Access Toolbar, to add commands to it, you can do it one of many ways. One way is to click on its corresponding drop-down arrow, and you can see those commands that are checked here are the ones that are on the Quick Access Toolbar, as we went over: save, undo, and redo. And you've got some, well, in the list here, other popular ones like the Quick Print. Select that. Adds the printer with the check mark, meaning that when you click on it, you don't get the window that pops up before it prints saying, okay, how many pages do you want? It just goes one page right to the printer. Or of course, if you have a lot of data and it prints off a lot of pages, you can't choose whether or not you want 2 copies of each page or pages 2 through 5 or 2, 5, and 7. It just goes right to the printer. If you just want to go ahead and get a regular print button, that gives you that option besides going right to the printer. Then we can look at other options, click on the drop-down arrow, and we've got print preview and print, which let's just go ahead and bypass that and look at more commands. When you click on it, it opens up the window, or let me click cancel. You can also right click on the Quick Access Toolbar and go to Customize Quick Access Toolbar. Brings up the same window. So you have a list of more popular commands. You can see down below it's sorted alphabetically, and you can go ahead and scroll through. And there's the Quick Print again. We've got Save As, double click, and it adds it over to the right hand side to be added to the Quick Access Toolbar after we click OK. You can also go ahead and select it and remove it, or come over here, select it again and click Add. Whatever works best for you. Then once you add it to it, you can go ahead and select it and order it by clicking on the Move Up. So now the command is in between Redo and Quick Print, or move it again between Undo and Redo. And if you want more commands than what you see here, click on the drop-down arrow and go to All. And then you can see it's sorted alphabetically, well, starting with the numbers first. And then you can go ahead and scroll down. Let's see the C's. To close, go ahead and double-click to add it. And then as you can see up here on the Quick Access Toolbar, these commands are pretty tight. So the chances of me, and I've done this, where I've come up here really quickly and I accidentally missed this one and clicked on the other one, well, to avoid that, if I want some space in between them, or maybe to group commands together and put spacing in between maybe the undo and redo and the other command on the right and on the left, then go ahead and scroll all the way up to the top to find the separator and double click it. Let's double click it a couple of times. So we've got 4 of them here. So let's go ahead and select one and move it up, and then select another one and move it up. So we've got one between save and undo, another one between save as and close, and then 2 between close and redo. Actually, maybe if we move them both down so we get quite the space between the redo and the quick print, because hey, when you click on quick print, you don't get any warnings. It goes right to the printer. Having done that, let's go ahead and click Okie dokie and take a look at it. And there you go. You've got your 2 separators here, these lines, and then you have your commands, another separator, 2 more commands. You see, you can use them one of 2 ways. You can either go ahead and give yourself some space in between commands, so you're not likely to click on one that's right next to the other one because you got the space, or you can go ahead and use it to group commands. So if I went ahead and did this right, I would probably move the redo up over here and then go ahead and separate it with one separator on one side and then the other, so it's in its own group. In any case, you can do that. Right click on it and go to Customize Quick Access Toolbar and then do your thing. And I'll go ahead and do it really quick. And then click Okie dokie, and well, in any case, there you go. Now if you made a mistake, you didn't want to add one of the commands to the Quick Access Toolbar, you can always remove it by right-clicking on it and going to Customize Quick Access, and again selecting it and click Remove, or better yet, click Cancel. Just right-click and go down to Remove, and right-click, Remove, and anyways, let me go ahead and remove. most of these, if not all of them here. I like the Save As, I'll leave that. Another way that you can go ahead and add commands to the Quick Access Toolbar, besides going to, well, the customization here, is that, let me click off, you can add them directly from the ribbon, like an individual command, B for bold, go ahead and right click on it and add it to the Quick Access Toolbar, and there it is. Or you can add the entire group, so find a blank area within the group and right click and add it to the Quick Access Toolbar. And what it does is it picks an icon within that group to represent it. So you can see up here you're thinking, hey, that's the font. If I click on font, it'll give me a color for the font of whatever cell I have selected. No, it just has the font letter A representing this entire group, so when you click on it, it shows you the group. You can also right-click on the expandable dialog box button and add it to the Quick Access Toolbar. Again, it finds another letter within the group to represent, well, the expandable part of the group. So when you click on it, it actually opens up and expands to show more commands for that group. So it's going to find an icon to represent it. Just don't be fooled and go, oh, this is the small one. It must be this one right here that says decrease font size. No, it represents the expandable dialog box button for that group. And like I said, let me just right click and clean this up and remove all these commands, except, like I said, I like the Save As. So when I click on it, it executes the command, does a Save As where I can go ahead and if I want to make a copy of it, just give it a new name and then find a place to save it, maybe on the desktop or in a folder, and then click Save, as opposed to clicking on the File tab and going down to Save As. That's way too many clicks. Let me click back.